What's going on, everybody? All right, let's see. Switch scenes. Boop. Switch this. Boop. Oh, wait. Boop. And then back to here. All right. As is tradition, downloadable content. What we got? I actually haven't downloaded anything new in a while, even though we have. There's a lot on here. The thing is, it's like, of the stuff, actually this, I do like how there's grass on the edge of this one. Of the stuff that there is, you know, what can we use, what do we want to use, so on and so forth. I do like how they have a separate storage for like seeds, lime, fertilizer. That's cool. So it just goes into a separate thing. Now I don't really need it, so it's not, you know, super important. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is probably the most money I've had at the start of a stream in a long time. Let's see. Sheep feeding. I did look into the sheep feeding. I figured out which ones I like best and how we're gonna do that. So I can stick with the pallet forks. The pallet forks work fine. A bale spike would be better, but since we already have the pallet fork, we already pay for the pallet fork, we're just gonna stick with the pallet fork and, you know, not worry about it. But it seems like all we got. Let's see. Yep, all we need to do that I still haven't done. Oh, let me get my water. We still gotta look into the rope maker and how the rope maker works. Still need to look into that, figure out how that works. I think our fields are ready to harvest. Yes, they are. Go ahead and switch to the MacDon. And we will get, come on. We'll go ahead and get him started. The grass looks super. Is this been an update or something? Or maybe it's because I finally turned ground whatever up a little bit higher. I like the fact that the grass in between here is actually grassy. I know that sounds stupid, but it's grassy. Now let's check on our field that we plan on buying. We plan on purchasing field 34. But in order to do so, we need them to go ahead and, what's the word? Harvest this stuff. Now this is what, corn? The crop is corn. Corn will be harvested, in October. Okay. So we're going to fast forward a bit, but hopefully once they do harvest it, we'll go ahead and buy it, because 390,000 right now. Let's see, it's 397. It was 392 when we first looked at it. Now it's 397. I'm hoping the price drops a little bit, if not a lot of it. I'm just not sure when that will happen. So while he's doing that, I am going to see, do we have sheep to feed? Do we need to feed the sheeples, the shaps? Doesn't look like we need to feed them. Okay, do we have any wool to take? That's another question. We don't at all, which is good. So now we're just chilling. So while he's doing that, do we want to do a different farm? I mean, we could and get a little bit of extra money. I'm thinking what we're gonna do is go ahead and do harvesting of wheat and then deliver, especially since everything's super close. I'm gonna borrow this stuff while he's working on that. We'll go ahead and back this up. I need to zoom out a little bit, so let me go ahead and do that. Hopefully we can just, oh, nope. And actually, where are we going? Oh, field 1. Oh, so this is right here. So I'm not actually going to use the header trailer, or the, you know, I'm not going to actually use that thing. We're just actually just going to just get going straight into this. And we're probably going to freehand most of it, since this won't take us too long to do, I don't think. And then we can just turn on cruise control. I forgot how slow these harvesters go, so that is going to be a slight annoyance. Cool. And then we can just hit that onto there. Piece of cake, really. I mean, it's not that bad. This thing moves extremely slow. I really... So, okay. And I'm actually kind of glad we're doing this. The universe has a weird way of working out. On the harvester we had this attachment originally. We sold it. I didn't realize just how slow this thing moves with this attachment, that header. So using the Magdon, when we were doing wheat on our field, using the Magdon sped up everything more ways than one. So it had like multiple benefits. Benefit number 1, we got a 25% increase to yield. But then also the speed at which we did everything was way quicker as well. I'm just realizing that now, because this is 6 miles per hour slow. Okay, even like in real life, I think humans can run faster than 6 miles per hour. I think the fastest human is 13, I think, question mark maybe. So I wonder how fast is the, let me look this up actually before I just start saying this as if it's a fact, because I'm really not entirely sure. How fast can the average human run? 28 miles per hour. Oh, you crazy. What? Oh, okay. According to most data, the average human can run at the speed of 6 miles per hour. See? So 6 miles per hour. So the average human can run this fast. And I'm not saying like I'm superhuman or anything of that nature, but I know I do run faster than average. Well, actually, let me retract that statement as well. I don't know if I run faster than average. I know I used to, for sure, could run faster than average. I haven't done like a full sprint. I would say I've done like a 70, maybe 80% sprint. So I'm not really sure, and even then I don't know how fast I was going, but interesting. But yeah. Now, one thing I do like about this harvester is it holds a lot. One thing I hate about it is it's John Deere. You know, that's the thing we were trying to avoid on this channel. And again, it's not that they don't make great equipment. They do. It's just the business practices are kind of douchebaggy. Now the fact that we're at 21% and we haven't even done the full field is good, but also I remember Bluey telling me that the first, I think, 25% it ramps up really quickly, and then everything else after that it ramps up very slowly. Because I just like the fact that it says we're 23% done with this contract and we haven't even done half the field. Actually, let's just say we're trying to do 50. 25% of the job completed means we harvested half of the field, which isn't even true. We haven't done that yet. But while we're doing that, how's the AI doing on our field? He's still going. Cool. Also, I need to check how much silage do we have. Do we have any silage yet? We do not. We don't have silage. But still, look how much grass we have. Like, that's insane. We're going to have a lot to be able to feed our sheep. Now, I'm hoping that some of that grass will be turned into, what do you call it? Silage. The question is how much of it. If we have to make 2 trips with our bale transporter, that will be a first, and it will be a welcome first. So, I mean, just for money's sake, I think before we were making about 20,000 for silage bales, which wasn't, you know, it's not the world's best money. It's good money, but like at our current stage and what we're trying to get to, it wasn't the best. Another thing that I do like about this John Deere, it holds a lot. I actually think I've already just said that, but it holds a lot. Also, if you leave it with the swathing off, it does a good job of, what is it, spraying on the field? I'm not sure what you would call that. I don't think it's mulching, but actually, if I check this field for, let's say, so it shows harvested. Would it show mulch? I don't think it would show mulch. That turnoff needs plowing. Yes, that's called mulching. And I'm not sure what mulching actually does. Like, I really don't know what it does. It's not a problem or anything, I just don't know. Go ahead and open that. How's the AI doing on our field? He did that weird partial cut that he likes to do, which I'm not a big fan of, but hey, he got the dough done. So, turn on this guy. A 6R. I've never actually used a 6R before. Used an 8. Actually, I think that's about it as far as John Deere goes. I think 8 is what I've used. Hopefully this trailer isn't going to be automatically full, because I'd rather just load up on the stuff and then take it all at once. But if that's not the case, then that's fine. Let's see. Ooh, frame drop just a little bit. Well, enough for me to notice it, let's put it that way. I'm not sure if that's called frame dropping or screen tearing or whatever the case may be. I don't really know. We might be able to take all of this without much problem and still be able to take, okay, so we should be able to take it all in one trip at this rate. Let's see. I think it starts at 14.1. Yeah, so that's a little bit over a third. A little bit over a third, which is not bad. Turn that off. Switch back to him. Turn that in. Turn this on. Cruise control. So with a full 14.1, that's more than a third. So that's good. We should, I would think, we should be able to take most of the field in one trip and a partial, which is good. Means more money for us. More money, more better, which isn't a phrase or a word, whatever. There's my, oh, there's my water. Well, hold up. Let me get this turn set up before we get the water. Beep. Okay. Go ahead and finish mulching. I really need to look up what mulching does. I know it probably says it in the help menu, so I'll probably check it in just a second instead of going to like Google or something like that. So, oh, let me put on cruise control. Go here. It's going to be in the help section. Probably towards the top, I would think. Nope, I was wrong. Cultivate. It doesn't mention anything about... Okay, what is cultivating? Use a cultivator or shadow cultivator, disc harrow, or power harrow to loosen the ground before you start sowing your crops. The implement needs to be lowered to work the soil. They mainly differ in terms of working speed, working width, and tractor power requirement. Regular cultivators are the most effective against weeds, but dig up small stones. Shallow cultivators have a wider working width and cover more ground while having a lower power requirement compared to regular cultivators. They do not dig up stones, but they're more expensive and are not as effective against weeds, which means we'll have to weed at some point, and hopefully don't have any large weeds. Boop, boop. Let's see, where did we leave off? Disc harrows and power harrows have lower requirements for tractor power, a lower price and higher working speed compared to regular cultivators. Disc harrows or harrows, I'm gonna say harrows, or I'm gonna try to see whatever works. Won't dig up stones. You can also use direct sowing machines. Some of them can cultivate, sow, and even fertilize at the same time. Another possibility to bring out your seeds is direct seeding. I timed that perfectly. I'm trying to learn and play at the same time. Okay, where were we? Another possibility to bring out your seeds is direct seeding. Applying this process saves you one step, cultivating. You can use a direct seeding machine to save some time, but always keep in mind that this creates weeds faster than cultivating the ground beforehand. And cultivating, okay, which you can just do that with plowing. After you harvested root crops, it's needed after harvesting root crops like potatoes, corn, and sugar beets. Plows can also create fields, allowing you to extend a field, combine multiple fields, or create entirely new ones. Using a plow will prevent weeds from growing and increase the yield for the next harvest. Stones will turn up on the field. You can also use a spader or subsoiler. Subsoilers move much faster and have lower tractor power requirements, but they can't create fields, do not prevent weeds from growing, and will dig up even bigger stones. Okay, so that was the issue we were having in FS22, is that a subsoiler, I don't even care about the stones requirement, but the subsoilers were, okay, let me go ahead and stop this guy. Beep, beep. I might as well have two guys going at one time, but I don't like how the AI windrow, so I'd rather windrow myself and just, you know, we can do it when we get to it. So I'm just gonna let this dude go ahead and start on the next field, but I'm not gonna start the windrowing process. I'm gonna do that myself. But what was I talking about? I already forgot. It's fine. I know it has something to do with plot. Oh yeah. The issue when we were using a subsoiler wasn't the stones. Our problem was our problem was the weeds, and so you had to have a weeder to go right behind it, or maybe not right behind it, but the next cycle. Which in fairness, the weeder moved fast, so it wasn't like a massive problem or anything of that nature, but it is something to keep aware of. Let's see, what else can we learn while we're here? Harvesting, we're good. Grain crops. I hate grapes and olives. That whole process I don't like. I don't like it. Poplars. I'm like, whoa, you can bale poplar? Despite the fact that poplars are technically trees, Farming Simulator 25 does not require a single woodworking machine apart from the cedar. Unlike other crops, poplars don't wither, just like grass. You have all the time in the world to harvest them. Poplars regrow after harvesting and are used to produce wood chips. Okay, so poplars are essentially like the grass of the tree community. Interesting. So that might be our little ticket into forestry, sort of, in a way. What's up, Louie? How are you? Poplar might be our ticket in. Talking to yourself again, always. Thinking out loud. I still, oh. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, no, that was it. So, wait. Oh. Yeah, I was thinking about, after looking at forestry videos and the complexity of it, I was kind of defeated. I'm like, man, this does not look as fun as I thought it was. However, if we do poplar, if I'm pronouncing that right, looks to be a bit smaller and, I don't know, easier to handle and maintain. Also, I guess the question is, how much do you really make from doing forestry? Because if trees are going to take, I think the shortest growth is 8 months, but I think, like, let's see, wait, did you mass sell all of my silage and bread? Oh, did a mass, why does it read that did you? Did a mass sell, made 1.9 million, dear gosh. Poplar is much smaller. Yeah, that's what I thought. Is this thing full? Okay. Pull, come on. Come on. Pull. Next one. Doo-doo-doo. Park that. Turn that off. Switch back to this guy. Let's see, but I don't know much about trees. I don't know. I know poplar are smaller. I know that. And so I know the output and everything won't be as prominent as regular trees. But I guess sort of my question was, is regular forestry worth it? Like, or it's not that it would be whether or not it's worth it or not, but like if you do forestry, I guess, how should I explain it? The shortest growth period for a tree that I remember from the video I watched was 8 months, and that's not even the most profitable tree. I think one of the most profitable, it was around like 18 months for a tree. And so the forestry thing would become something that I would do like every third or fourth stream, probably, just because the amount of months we would have to go through before it may be more than 3 or 4, maybe like once a week before we would actually be able to harvest a tree. And then another issue would be, well, how much money are we making per section of trees, right? Because if we're going to be having a crop just sitting there and growing for 18 months, when it finally pays us out, is the amount of money we're getting paid per month, like when we divide it up amongst the months we waited, is that worth it? It needs to be at least 20,000 is I guess sort of my thought process. You can plant them close and don't wait. Oh, I'm about to hit the sign. Eat. Okay, activate. Okay, there we go. Okay, you can plant them close, and don't they have a separate harvester? I think so. Like each tree does, I know for sure, and I think poplar does as well. That's a good break between tree sessions. Yeah, I guess 18 months. I guess that's fair. Give it a shot. You try it, learn if you like it or not. Yeah, and that's true. And if we are making enough money from our sheep empire, it won't really matter one way or the other. And then I guess the question would be, I need to remember which tree I liked and then go from there. Wait, this can plant trees? Well, that's weird. I'm not sure if that's correct, but a forwarder can transport tree logs. And that's another thing. Whatever we get, we would also need a way to transport it. Does this have a little header on the front? No, this is just a forwarder. That's all that does. So we would need a way to, what happened to FS22 where we had, I could have sworn FS22 we had like wait, why am I able to see these? Did I do something? What did I do that I'm able to see the hitboxes? Oh, it's the auto load mod doing that? Ah. What else did I say? Oh, wait, so the auto load mod is on those too? Interesting. Beep, beep, beep. Let's see. Adrian's here. I'm a big Poplar guy. I own all the parcels of the beginning farm. The one to the left and the big one to the right and one above it. I joined them together. I get about 2 million on hard mode. Jesus. Works on everything. Amazing. The autoloader mod works on everything? That is overpowered. I like it. Especially since I don't want to deal with the pallets. Yeah, it just is what it is. I wish the clipping through the ground wasn't as prevalent. And in fairness, it's not. It's really not. It's just that the one piece of equipment where you're definitely going to get clipping through the ground is going to be pallet forks. The one machine where you have to get close to the ground. So it just makes sense that it's going to clip. And so I'm not really upset about it. It's just, it's a little frustrating. And I wish that wasn't the case because I enjoyed using the Valtra to lift pallets and stuff. But I am kind of glad that it isn't working perfectly because we get to save some time loading up stuff. Let's see, forwarder. So the auto loader mod works. Oh, wait, not that one, but if I go over here, oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah, it does say auto load mod. Oh, or is this a part of the auto loading mod, which is why? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. I don't know. I'm weird now. Wood transport. Wait, so we got a bunch of what? That's a lot. That's a bit much. And then this one, you could just stack multiple. Wait, could you do like a train with these and like have multiple? Like a little caboose thing? It looks like so. It looks like there's a little hitch there, maybe. Oh, you can make it wider. Interesting. 1 by 4 meters plus 1 by 5 meters. You have 2 by 4.5 meters. Actually, 2 by 4.5 just, oh, it's smaller. Why is that the case? They both should equal 9. Oh, but there's a gap. There's a gap here that's being moved. Interesting. I guess they're just being welded on right there, something like that. Cool. Oh, look at me not paying attention for the billionth time this year. Oh, what did I miss? A forklift is so much easier than a loader. I agree, but my problem was, like, at the time, we're trying to be, well, no, we still are trying to like have everything be multi-purpose because we were trying to save as much money as possible. So that was one of the considerations we had to make, and I wouldn't have changed it for the world. I do like having to sort of decide and, like, I don't want to say, well, I guess I will say it, do sort of a cost-benefit analysis between every one of our options, sort of weigh which ones work best for us and things of that nature, and it makes the game fun. Let's see, you can adjust that box to change how much you can fill the trailer with auto load. Don't go too tall, I learned the hard way. My sheep max out the wool output every month. I need auto load. Yeah, and I'm realizing with the way we're going on our farm, we're definitely going to need the auto loader, which is why. Do you know if we could attach 2 of those auto load? Never mind, that's a terrible idea. Even if I could, why would I? The terrible idea trying to run 2 of those auto loading trailers together. Do I have my hazards on? Oh no, that's blinking to let it know that it's almost full. That's what it is. So we're gonna have to make 2 trips. The good thing is the trips are not super far away from each other, so it shouldn't be too bad. And this should be, it's not gonna be the last row, so it is what it is. And get ready to switch. Is the AI still going? He should be. Yes, he is. Cool. Switch. Turn this on. Spin it around. Let's see. What did you say? Yeah, if you buy the wagon trailers that run in trains, yes, you can. It works quite well, actually. Just be mindful of weight. Got it. Roger, roger. Mindful of weight. And that is something I've noticed, because even, I think it was maybe 4 or 5 streams ago, we had, maybe even sooner than that, we had wool, like we had our 2 sheep from wool, and then we had, what was the other thing? Honey. We were trying to get rid of the honey pallet as well, and weight was definitely playing a factor on the Valtra. If we would use our large trailer, I mean a large tractor, it probably would have fared a little bit better, but still weight is definitely going to be a factor. Also, we could take off that free weight that we have. Okay, let's go ahead and take this baby on around. Does this have a cover? It does not have a cover. It's fine. Come on, Jimmy. Get up to speed, Jimmy. Let's see, where are we going? It should be up here somewhere, I think. It should be the grain mill. Oh, no. Yeah, no. The grain mill. That we sold, by the way. Let's see. I got a new trailer. It holds... does that say 250,000? 1, 2, 3. It's hard for me to see how many zeros from here, but it looks like there's 4 zeros. 250,000. What the heck are you... Wait, is it that auger wagon that's like for a semi truck? I think it may not be for a semi truck, but the really big one. Kind of cheaty, but it's a super long semi trailer. So is it the one? Hold up, I'm about to crash looking at this, but it's okay. Where is it? Where is it? I'm not moving fast enough. Is it that one? Hey, I didn't crash. Let me make this turn without turning off my cruise control. No, it's a mod called Legras. Ligwas. Okay, hold up. Let me switch. Oh no, that was the right guy. Come on. Again, I wish I could turn off certain vehicles. It's fine though. It's not really that big a deal. And he has 2 more fields to go. We still gotta windrow everything. The good part is it won't take super long. Oh wait, what the heck am I doing? I'm on the wrong vehicle. This one. Okay. It's not on the mod hub, which means I would have to do that auto loading thing from earlier. Ooh, my dad was so happy. He's finally gotten to that point in the game to where he's looking at mods. He didn't realize he was looking at a mod, but he's finally starting to look at YouTube videos and learning. Because sometimes he would just ask me and I would give him my advice, but sometimes I'm at work, and so he started to look up YouTube videos, and he saw this excuse me, this really cool system, and he wanted this auto loading thing for bales, and he was hype about it, saw the video, was excited, and I was like, when he told me, I was like, oh, so you're gonna finally start using mods? He says, no, it's a base game thing. And I said, excuse me? He was like, yeah, I saw the YouTube video and the guy was using this trailer that you just drive up next to the stuff and just automatically picks up the bales. And I'm like, I assure you that is not a base game trailer. And I'm like, I promise you that is a mod, and you'll have to download the mod and then put it in the game and then buy it that way. And when I told him that, he was like shocked for a second, and he was like, oh, because he's never even looked at a mod in Farming Simulator, at least not yet. And so he was just like, oh, like the realization of it, because I guess he didn't know how to get to it. But when I explained it to him, I was like, hey, just save the game, quit out real quick, and I'll show you where the mod hub was. When I showed it to him, like, he was like dumbfounded for a second. He was like, wait a minute, this is where the mods are. Like, I think he thought, because he plays on Xbox, I think what he was thinking is that in order to download mods, he would have to go through the Xbox store to download the mods. And me personally, I wouldn't want to deal with that. And so I think that's where his head was going. And he just didn't want to deal with the Xbox store. But when I explained that the mods were in the game, he was dumbfounded and then ecstatic. And he downloaded the mod instantly. And now he's using it. Let's see. Oh, bro. If you want to do the super row, I found if you set the merger to middle, so push. Okay, so set the merger to where it's pushing to the middle. Oh, jeez. Wait, is there stuff in this one? Is it not? I guess it doesn't matter. Hold up. Okay, hold up. Oh, it was turned off. Let me turn this on. Let me go forward. Turn that on. Cruise control. Okay. Let's see. Set the working width. Set the merge to the middle. Then set the working width to half of the machine. So half of what the machine does and let the AI go. He probably meant the bale trailer that auto picks up. That's wait, auto bale trailer. Bale trailer. It's that basic one that's been in the game in the mod hub for a while. It's that flatbed one. Like, hold up. It looks like this one, but it picks up only bales. Like, of course, ours. You know, we have the mod hub version of it. Okay, now how do I turn this off to where I can't see it in the thing? That's what I need to figure that out. I don't know how to figure that out, but I need to figure that out. Because that wasn't always an issue where I could see. And you know, hold up. No. Come on. Yep, turn. There we go. Be on that field. Let's see. He found the world of mods. It takes longer, yes, but it makes a massive row. And that might be fun to do. No, the one under the bale collection. The arm comes down. No. The one he was specifically talking about was this one. Like, he wanted this one that automatically picked up bales and like bales. He has the one that me and you were both talking about. He has this one, but for some reason he wanted this one that has the auto loading mod on it, and I can't remember why he was saying he wanted it. But I think the guy who was doing it on YouTube, I think he was just sort of trying to copy his setup, which is why he wanted it. And I was trying to explain to him, it's like, well, depending on how many bales the flatbed holds, it may not be worth it or whatever, but he bought it, he used it, he's enjoying it. So I'm just happy that he's finally getting into mods, even if I don't agree with this mod choice. The fact that he is getting better in the game and discovering new sides of the game, like, I'm happy for it. Let's see, you can't turn that off that I know of. Well, dadgummit. And actually, that would make sense because I haven't checked out a trailer in a while, so it probably is the case that I can't turn it off. That it looks like a debugging thing, but it's not really a big issue. It's just weird. And honestly, so relaxing to watch. He did mean a mod. I know what you mean. Yeah, and I don't know what the mod is called. I never got it because when I first saw it, I was like, oh yeah, this is great. It's the first auto loading thing. And then I realized it's just for bales. I think it actually says like bale only or something to that effect. So, you know, I didn't get it. Who's your fave FS25 YouTuber? I like Farmer Cop is mine. Farmer Cop is my favorite as well, just because he's very informative. And yeah, he is having fun in the game, and I can't blame him. I really like it. Like, again, like I said earlier, so I don't agree with some of his choices, but I don't say anything. Like, and actually, I think I told you about the time, just recently actually, he used that baler no, not the bale, the wrapper. He used this thing and he just put bale after bale in there. He put 24 bales in there, not realizing that it wraps them all together. And so he just had one giant snake thing or whatever. Yeah, he didn't know how to fix it, so he just deleted the save and started a new one. But it is what it is. You live, you learn. And I would explain to him, it's like, that's nothing to be ashamed about. I was like, this save that I'm currently playing on for the stream, I've started it over like 3 times until I finally got to this nice smooth area. And it's also the reason why I have a test save, to make sure I don't have to keep doing that a million times. Yes, pretty much the best mod out there if you if you don't sideload them. I agree. Turn around. And also Farmer Cop, like, even like disregarding his tutorials, I just like his setup. Like, whenever he goes through like explaining how to do something, I'm not sure why, but the way he's explaining it, or like displaying how it works, I like it. I don't know why, I feel like it makes sense. And yeah, it's weird, but I like it. But yeah, Farmer Cop is my favorite. I think I have one other, but I can't remember his name at the moment. I know it's not a farmer name, I know that much. I just don't know what the name is. Making a PWC bid white clock. He explains things well. Yep, DJ Ham. I'm not even sure if that's how you pronounce his name, but I've always pronounced it DJ Ham, because I don't watch a lot of his videos. I watch a lot more Farmer Cops. DJ Ham is who I watch like second most as far as farming content. And then there's this other person who does, like, I'm not sure if it's DJ Ham or someone else, who does like production facilities and which ones are the best, which crops are the best, or everything. And they do like spreadsheets, and so they use spreadsheets to explain which ones are producing the most, which ones are the best. Oh Lord, bag it up. It's DJ GoHab. You know, that actually makes way more sense. That makes way more sense than what I was saying, DJ Ham. I've been saying it like that for months now. I can't say years, because I started Farming Simulator like June, maybe June or July of last year. So DJ GoHab, that makes a lot more sense. Meet the guy in person. Hey DJ Ham, I'm actually 70 years old, so you can't blame me for my mispronunciation. Let's see. Oh yeah, I thought that was Farmer Cop. He does the spreadsheets. Is it Farmer Cop? I can't remember. It probably is, actually. But I love a good spreadsheet. Like, even in real life, it doesn't even have to be related to farming. Just spreadsheets are my thing. I actually have created, I think, 2 or 3 individualized functions in Excel. And then I found out just recently, I want to say last week or maybe the week before, that there are Excel competitions where, like, people will go to competition to like solve some type of problem in Excel. I don't really know how it works, but it seems very interesting. Would I be good at it? Oh heck no. Heck no. I'm an amateur as far as creating codes and everything as for Excel specifically. But I have created my own stuff in Excel and I like it. I use them. I use them on the daily. Well, not daily, but Monday through Friday I use them. So it's nice. D's nice. Let's see. Oh, hold up. I need to line this up. Okay. Gee golly, it's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Ham. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Ham. Dude, mechanical drawings, I love them. It's like the world's coolest map of machines. I agree. Wait, especially, have you seen the one, what's that giant thing that spins around that Leonardo da Vinci made? That, like, shoots cannons or something like that? Like, I saw, I'm not sure, what did you call it? Mechanical drawings. I thought it was just called a blueprint. Maybe that's the same thing. I don't know. But I saw like that thing as a mechanical drawing and I was just dumbfounded. I'm not sure why, but it just looks cool. Also the same thing, if you've ever seen a like an animator. So like, hold up, let me just hop out. If you've ever seen like say I were to take my character and like have him T-posing in like, let's say Blender or whatever, and you could see like all of the not sure if I'm gonna say this correct because I haven't done it in a while since I messed with VR chat, which interesting story with VR chat, but like connecting all the spines and the like the ligaments, I don't know, but like when you go into Blender and you sort of get to see almost a mechanical drawing of the character that you're working with, it's just really, really cool. And it gives me a similar vibe. Sure, Blueprint works too. I just consider a blueprint being the original copy of a mechanical drawing. Like, cool, we'll switch to mechanical drawing. I've never actually, I really don't know. Never actually had to make one. But when I was doing VR chat, the only reason I got into VR chat is because of I wanted to do like a little, it was a summer, almost every summer I get bored, right? I sort of just run through all my video games. I have too much free time. I'm bored. And so when that happens, I decide to give myself a little project. Well, in VR chat, I saw that you could create like your own custom avatars. And so I didn't create my own custom avatar because I can't draw for the life of me, but the coding and everything, as far as connecting everything, that is what I really enjoy doing. And so I downloaded a random avatar that didn't have any of the splines and the connecting and all that stuff, and I spent the summer creating it and connecting it. It was good. I got it working. I was so happy about it. And then I realized just how weird people are in VR chat and stopped playing. They are very weird. I mean, it's kind of cool because they have their own little like space for them, but it's definitely not my type of vibe. So yeah, I left. And some of the people have some interesting taste. Oh, what the heck? How did I miss that? Let's see. I'm a mechanic, right? So I keep every manual of every machine I work on. It shows me so much without seeing the machine. My VR chat avatar is Borat in his lime green G-string. Sir, what is wrong with you? Sir, you should be thrown in jail. Even though Borat is freaking hilarious. Hold up, wait. Is this dude? Oh, he's completely done? Great, he's done. So we'll park. Come on. We'll park him. Let's see. Yep, super weird. Sorry, I wouldn't even know how to do that if I wanted to. It's not that bad, actually. It's really not that bad. It's similar to, it's actually easier than writing code in like Java or JavaScript or Python or anything of that nature. The trick is just watching a video to figure out how to connect it, and once you get like your first few down, it's not that bad. It's the last like little sections of getting everything finalized and making sure they work. That's the hardest part I found. But yeah, it's really not that bad. It's not that bad. Not that bad, Carl. Let's see. Wait. Oh, am I getting everything? Yes. I used to walk around. I used to walk around and quote the Family Guy reference. It's me, a Borat, my wife. I actually haven't seen that movie in so long. Which, speaking of which, did you know movie theaters are like showing not old time movies, but like old movies now? I know it's been a thing for probably like 2 or 3 years. Maybe since COVID, but like around Christmas time every year, they start showing old Christmas movies. So in conjunction with like whatever Christmas movie is coming out like for that year, they're also showing like old Christmas movies like Elf or I don't know, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, things of that nature. And I always thought that was interesting. I don't think I would go to the movie theater to see a movie that I've already seen. I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think. I might have done it once, maybe. But for the most part, after I've seen a movie, I'm not going back to the movie theaters to watch it again, unless somebody else is going to pay for the second time. Probably not going to. Let's see. Let's see. That's too far from me. Yeah, our town has some heritage movie theater, and they play movies from the past like they're coming out new. Yeah, exactly. And it's a bit weird, but at the same time, I'm like, that's kind of cool. Like, if I was like in high school, I think if I was bored and had nothing to do, hey, let's go to the movies. It's like, hey, well, what's that movie? It's an old movie, but it's an old movie I've never seen because it's like not a part of my generation, I guess. I'm not sure if that's the word. Or I never saw it when it originally came out, so I'm gonna watch it now. That type of thing. I don't think we're gonna be able to get all of this into one pass, but we'll see. Come on. Wait, why am I trying? I did it again. Why am I trying to make this one giant, big thing? It's not necessary. It's super unnecessary. It's fine. I'm gonna keep going since I've already started it. Might as well finish it, right? And the thing is, this is gonna be, well, I don't know how this is gonna work. It's gonna be very weird, but let's see. I'm old enough that movies are classics for me. I go sometimes and I eat a bag of licorice, and it's crazy because people don't like licorice, and I like licorice. I genuinely enjoy it, whether it be Twizzlers or does Swedish Fish technically count? Swedish Fish is licorice, right? Technically, am I wrong in that regard? I might be wrong in that regard. I don't think Swedish Fish counts as licorice, but I like Swedish Fish. I like Twizzlers. Now here's the thing: I've never had black licorice, and I don't think I would like it. Oh man, it is struggling. It is struggling. I don't really blame it, but it is struggling. Beep, beep. Let's see. Girthy. Yeah, this is a girthy one. Big chungus. I'm not sure. I like nibs. I don't think I've ever had nibs. Or, well, here's the thing. It sounds like I might have had it, but I really don't know. Nibs. Wait, nibs are chocolate, aren't they? Chocolate nibs? Right? Nibs are chocolate. I might be wrong in that regard. Nope. Okay, then no. I've never had nibs then. No. I get nibs and I eat them one by one like a beaver chewing a tree. Sir, are you sure you're not a VChat fanatic? Or VR chat fanatic? They're just like half chunks of licorice. When you say that, I can like imagine what a nib looks like, but I don't think I've ever had nibs, and I'm wondering if they're in America. They probably are, or if they are, they're not like common, because I think I would have seen them, because I am a candy person, even though I've been doing a good job of not eating a lot of candy lately. But of course my girlfriend got me a crap ton of candy for Valentine's Day, so I gotta go through that. But I think I've been not doing as much sweets because my vitamins are kind of sweet, so my sweet tooth has, like, I don't crave sweets as much anymore. Like, it's just not one of those things I'm just like, oh, I need to have. Now salt though, like chips, or I will down a bag of Tostitos chips. especially with like salsa and sour cream, or even just queso blanco. Love it. The saltiness. The saltiness. Let's see. There's like half chunks of liquid positive. 1/2 chunks of licorice made by Twizzlers. Oh, if they're made by Twizzlers, then how have I not seen them? Or it could be that I've seen them and I'm just not recognizing them. That's always actually a thing. Ooh, also, another thing that does bug me about movie theaters, their candy. For some reason, and I don't know why, it's only at movie theaters that I feel this way. When you try to sell me on candy, how can I explain this? When you try to get me to, well, I guess they don't really try to get you to buy the candy, but why would I pay for like overpriced candy? But to make the situation worse, there's no telling how long the candy has been there. Like if ever I'm going through like a movie theater line, like the candy or whatever that's sitting there looks like it's been there for years. Like it's been faded a little bit. Well, maybe not entirely, but like a box of candy that's been sitting at a movie theater line or whatever, it doesn't look like a box of candy that's on a shelf at, let's say, a Walmart or a convenience store or even a gas station, right? They look brightly colored, but the movie theater ones, it looks like they've been sitting there for ages, almost like they've been molding or fading or something. See, my big movie theater, oh geez, has a Walmart across the road. You know, we go there first. Exactly. No one pays for movie theater stuff, and actually that's a good sign. Okay, that's stupid. This is about to be the stupidest take I've ever said in my life, probably. No, I've definitely said stupider, but dumb take. How you know your date is gonna be a good date is if you go to the movies and you stop in like Walmart or a Dollar Tree or anywhere beforehand to pick up snacks, and they don't look at you like you're crazy. Because movie theater snacks are super overpriced. The only thing I will religiously buy at a movie theater and not care about the price, popcorn. I have absolutely no problem paying the exorbitant like amount of money for their overpriced popcorn, even though I can make the daggum stuff myself and bring it in Ziploc bags, which I used to do when I was younger. But I genuinely don't mind paying overpriced money for popcorn. Let's see, I always grab a drink, then they don't look at you funny. Exactly. It's like, hey, you know I'm sneaking in stuff, but hey, I'm getting a drink, so we're even. You can't yell at me. Be nice. Be nice. I'm just a boy. But and that's another thing. I'm not a big drink person at movie theaters. Like even slushies or things of that nature. I don't really. My thing is, if I need to, I can hold my bladder for a long time. But for the most part, what I drink will probably like leave my body within like 30 minutes. Or I'm gonna be holding it in, and so if I grab a drink, it's just gonna go through me pretty quickly, or I'm just gonna be uncomfortable. And so for the most part, I don't grab drinks at movie theaters. But for some reason, if I go in dehydrated and I grab a drink, that, you know, that whole thing I just said gets thrown out the window. You know, I don't have that problem. But I don't know. Let's see. The whole group getting a free refill. Please believe. Oh, yes. Everybody grab one. Dude, I saw this one. I'd never thought about this, but when I was younger, there was this place like that was called the dollar movies. Now it's like the $1.50, and then now it's closed. But it was called like the dollar movies or whatever, and essentially it was the movies that everybody's already seen, but like if you were poorer and couldn't afford to go see like Marvel's Endgame, you would wait till like a few months after Marvel's Endgames had come out, and now the dollar movie theater has it and you could watch it there. Well, I saw this dude one time buy a large refill, like a large thing for his family, but each one of his family had like cups like in their jackets or purses or whatever, and the dude would go get a drink. They would go to the theater. He would pour the drink into each one of those things, like each one of their cups, wait about like 5 or 10 minutes, and then go back and get another refill. And I'm like, that is a family that like works together. Also saw a dude grab a bag out of the trash can, which I thought that's a bit much. It's already the dollar something movie theater. If you're sneaking into it and grabbing a bag of popcorn out of the trash can, I'm sorry, you probably should not be outside. Well, maybe not be outside, but be trying to, I don't know, I just think it's weird. It was just so weird. You grabbed it out of the trash can. Let's see. Our theater does sell froyo. That sounds awesome. I've never seen that. Yeah, our theater serves alcohol. That's the close. Which I don't understand why you would want to drink and watch a movie. Maybe if you want to watch like UFC, which actually sounds like a bad idea, to serve alcohol to guys who are watching UFC in a movie theater. Which I actually want to do that one day. Watch a UFC fight in the movie theaters. Let's see. Oh, you always need to share a blunt in the parking lot prior to a film. Never done that, but in fairness, I don't smoke, so that's why. But I have seen people do it, so it makes sense. Cheap as F. I love it. Okay, the bag's too much. See that? I know I'm not crazy. You're getting a bag out of a trash can. Like that's a bit overkill. Like, it's already $1 to go see the movie, and you're seeing it late. If you can't, like, oh my gosh, getting the bag out, like, you come out better just catching somebody before they throw it away. Like, I'm pretty sure most people would just give it to you. But grabbing it out of the trash can is just no. Let's see. It's probably good to be honest, though. But I get my own. Yeah. I don't know. People do what they gotta do, I guess. But yeah, that movie theater closed down. And in fairness, it closed down before COVID. And I think like when COVID would have hit, there was no way this movie theater was going to survive. It wasn't like, it was thriving off of people buying the snacks. Like, I don't think most theaters, I don't think they thrive off of people buying snacks, but this movie theater, that's exactly what was happening. Like, people would go to pay to see the movie, which is very cheap, right? But the snack prices were still the same as if they were like a normal movie theater, which, I mean, they pretty much are. And so you would have people saving money on the tickets and then spending that money on the snacks. So just gonna hop over this real quick. Ba-doop-ba-doop. My favorite maneuver, the ba-doop-ba-doop. Everybody uses it. If you don't use the ba-doop-ba-doop, are you really a farmer? We messed up our little trail there. It's fine. Deet. I really want to watch some Doctor Who. Oh, I did not drop it. Okay. Yep. Goober, 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 goober. I want to watch some Doctor Who, but my girlfriend's not here. I mean, I actually have, let's see, I have the 9th Doctor, 10th, 11th, and 12th Doctor. Like, I already, like, own those. I want to go back and watch the 1st through 8. Let's see. BRB, gotta walk me dog. Let's see, what did he say before that, though? Let's see. They all do. Is there only profit margins, even in the big theaters? Yep. Do you know the Doctor's actual names? Like the actors' names? I know David Tennant. I think, okay. I can't remember the 9th Doctor's name, but I want to say it was Charles something. Eccles? I think it's Charles E. I'm just gonna say Charles E. because I don't really know his name. There's him, then there's David Tennant, who's the 10th Doctor. I think Matt Smith is the 11th, and then the 12th Doctor is the old guy who is something Capaldi. Something Capaldi. No, the character. Oh no, I don't know Doctor Who's actual name. That's the joy of it. Nobody knows. Doctor Who. Which also the dude in the box with his head, I never understood that. Actually, no, I kind of do understand it, maybe, sort of. I don't know, I'm rewatching. Also, the good part about watching with my girlfriend, she's seeing it for the first time. But me watching it for like a second time, you catch way more. It's so nice. It's so nice. Like, you catch way more. You just see way more things. And you're like, oh, this is connected, or this, they did this, and then blah, 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 blah. It's just cool. It's almost like watching a movie for a second time, but... Oh, wait. Wait. What did I just do? Nah, its name is out there. You just missed it. I mean, possibly. I wouldn't doubt it. This is why I'm watching it again. If the character's name is not what is it? Jeff, I don't even care. If Doctor Who's name is not Dr. Jeff, do we really care? It has to be Jeff. My name's Jeff. Oh, camera. My name's Jeff. I'm a Time Lord. I hail from Gallifrey. Also, the other Time Lords look like douchebags. Or, they don't look like douchebags, but they just feel... They seem so pompous. In fairness, though, if I was a Time Lord, I think I would be as well. So I don't think I can really blame them for being pompous. But to me, Time Lords seem so pompous. Like, not Doctor or the Master, but everybody else seems so pompous. But at the same time, again, I'm like, it kind of makes sense. Like, I don't really blame them. Like, if I could traverse time in any direction that I wanted, also, if you are a Time Lord, like, you're a bit, wait, oh, I'd be alright. I'd be alright. See you next Tuesday. I don't know how I did that, but the fact that I read, oh, I'd be alright. See, I didn't even read the rest of it, and I knew what the word was. I don't know. That's interesting. But, yeah, I think I would do the same thing. Like, it just makes sense. Look at me run. Look at me run. Whoop. Let me make sure. Do we got the Baylor on? Wait, is the Baylor on? No, the rapper is on. That's what I meant. Is the rapper on? The rapper is on. I'm a rap god. I can't rap. Burp. But I mean, the idea, like, first of all, Lord is in your name as a species. You're not a Centauran, you're not a Cyberman, you're not a Raxacorica you're not a who's that other one? You're not a Dalek. You're not, what is that other one that bothers the living crap out of me? A Weeping Angel. I'm not sure if that's actually what their names are, but you're not one of them. It's just, is it rapping? It is rapping. But it's interesting. As a species name, you have Lord. Like, Lord is in your species name. Not just your name, this entire species. Pompous mistake number one. Well, I wouldn't say mistake. If you're trying to be pompous, I guess it's correct. Jeez, that thing filled up quick. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, you can traverse time like any direction you want just because you guys have access to like these machines that do it. Which I guess what makes me wonder, if a Time Lord didn't have their machine, would they still, I guess I was about to say would they still be Time Lords, but I guess technically yes, they would still be Time Lords, because Time Lords have 2 hearts and they can regenerate. Like that's a part of their abilities. They have 2 hearts and they can regenerate. I'm not sure what else they can do. Oh, they can also do that mind thing. They can do some weird mind stuff sometimes. Also, they have some weird thing to where they can lick something and know what it is. Like, the doctors have like some weird thing going on where they always are like tasting something to figure out what it is. So I guess that is also part of a Time Lord's thing. So it is very interesting. So I guess I answered my own question. If you were a Time Lord and you didn't have access to your time traveling machine, yes, you still would be a Time Lord because of your innate abilities as a Time Lord. Also, to stop a Time Lord from regenerating, just kill them in the middle of their regeneration. We figured that out a while ago. Okay, grab the grass, grab the grass, grab the grass, grab the grass, grab, English is failing me. Grab the grass, 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 grab the grass. I'm not sure why, that just sounds weird to me. Grab the grass, grab the grass, grab the grass, grab the grass, grab the grass. I don't know. I think a lot of words I say sound weird. Exit? No, that sounds fine. Ticket? Nope, that sounds fine. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, Raxacoricofallapatorius. Don't know how to spell it. Well, no, I think it's R-A-X, I'm not technically touching anything. Oh, I guess my mirror, maybe. Raxacoricofallapatorius. R-A-X, R-A-X-A, Raxacoricus Fallapatorius. That's too much, man. Oh, I was wondering why I stopped. Okay. Raxacorica Fallapatorius. I really don't know how to spell it. Sometimes I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. There's also another species that I didn't see a lot of, but I think I saw it in those few episodes where they brought Jane Smith back, and the dog, I think the dog was Mr. Smith, I think, but when they brought her back into this newer generation of Doctor Who, and how do I say it? She was, I really don't know how to say it. That's interesting. Let me just get here. Let me focus on this. Let me stop before I go off a cliff. Ooh, I can keep going. Ooh, bag it up. Okay. But, what am I thinking of? See, now I'm upset. I really don't know what the name of them are. But they were the species that they get better by evolving. Like every species they would conquer, they would take like some element from the species that they conquered, or like whatever, I guess the best of whatever that species had, and they would constantly evolve. So they were essentially mutt species. Like it's genuinely is just a mutt species, but their entire thing is, hey, we conquer. I think they eat the species, and then they would gain like an ability or a few from that species. Except they died from some liquid, which was interesting. But the liquid that they died from was liquid that they needed to make. I can't remember why they did it, but it was an interesting episode, and I liked it. And I like her. I think for the most part, I liked almost if not every character in Doctor Who, with the exception, and actually, this is crazy. The characters that I don't like the most, so if I had to like rank all the characters from best to worst, the ones who would be at the bottom for me would be Mickey and Rose Tyler. I just don't truly care for them, but I think the reason I don't care for them is also because the Ninth Doctor is probably my least favorite Doctor, but at the same time it's not 100% his fault, I guess. Well, actually, I think Bluey told me that the actor didn't even like playing Doctor Who, so that could also be a part of it. But Rose Tyler, like the character, was just so self-absorbed in a way. Like, hey, I'm dating Mickey, but at the same time, Mickey, I don't care. This alien spaceman who looks human, yeah, I like him better. So forget you. Which I thought was kind of messed up, but you know, the heart wants what the heart wants, blah 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 blah, whatever. But if a guy did that to a girl, all hell breaks loose. But anywho, and then at the end, she gets like her own version of the Doctor. It's just that the Doctor is human in her version of reality, even though she came from the original it's weird. I don't know how to explain it. You just have to watch it, because me trying to explain it, I do not have the capacity. The word choice I would use would be very weird, and it would start turning into like a math problem almost, to where I would be like, okay, well, this reality is A, this reality is B. Okay, well, she's originally from reality A, but now she lives in reality B because there wasn't a her that is alive in reality B. So she lives in reality A, but she fell in love with the Doctor from reality A, but she can't go back to that reality because the dimensions are closing and all of her family is alive in reality B, and they're not alive in reality A. So the human version of the Doctor stays with her in reality B, and they get in love, and they fall in love and blah blah blah. Actually, they were already in love apparently, because it was, you know, written up that way. And blah blah blah, whatever. But she doesn't get to go on any adventures anymore, and she even kisses the human version. And when the human version in reality B, and when the reality A one leaves, she still almost like turns around and like wants to go with the reality A one, which, I mean, I understand, because that is one, the original, even though reality B is the exact same. It's just that he's human and not Time Lord. Like genuinely the exact same, just human. But reality A is still going to be better, because reality A can time travel and is Time Lord, so he can regenerate and do a bunch of cool techniques and stuff. But at the same time, and I've thought about this before, I've actually had like sort of daydreams about this, if you could live forever, it would be like a really sad, I wouldn't say sad existence, but like whoever you get close to, at some point you gotta leave them. Like, you might be able to stay with them to the end of their lives, but they're gonna die, you're not, you know. And so that is just gonna be something sad that you're going to get used to. But then also I would like think if you did have the ability to live forever, what would that look like? Would you be like impervious to disease or anything, or would you still get the diseases and not die, but just have to deal with the side effects? You know what I'm saying? Like say you cause, I don't know, mono or what is it, leprosy or something like that. Like how would that work? You can live forever, but you're still gonna have to deal with, you know, these ailments or whatever. So how does that work? You know, just weird sort of thoughts I've been thinking. Okay, that should be up 1, 2, so we'll grab this field and then the last field over there. Actually, we're gonna have to grab a partial of this field. Pick it up, 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 pick it up. Turn around. I'm not even sure where that thought came from. And essentially, we've spent this entire stream working on this grass. In fairness, not really. The part that slowed us down was that we did decide to do a contract. So the contract is what really slowed us down, because we couldn't windrow while he was still cutting all the other fields. And then we still don't own a second trailer like this. And maybe when we start making money, that will be something we do, is go ahead and buy 2 trailers, just so that way we can continue to harvest while this one is dropping off or unloading. Or we could have a change system of some sort, maybe like a conveyor belt, or, you know, something to where we could have that near here and we could dump it into the changing system, and the changing system would dump it onto the belt, just that way we would have more capacity essentially. Because right now the bunker part of the baler can only hold 20,000 liters. Well, this what do you call it, trailer that we're using, because since forge wagon, holds like 50,000, we'll say 50,000 liters. So it's going to take longer. So we would need to have, I would like to say a changing system, but that's not really what I'm thinking of, because I'm sure that to use these you would have to have someone powering them, and that's not what we're trying to do. We would need more of a conveyor belt, if that is a thing. The problem is conveyor belts don't hold anything, you know. Now this does hold 13,000, but it's only for potatoes and sugar beets, you know. And so that does become sort of oh, whoops, wrong thing. Interesting, you know. And it's something we just gotta be aware of. And I don't know. It would be cool if we could add like another conveyor system. Like that would be, I'm not gonna say like the ultimate solution, but we need to be able to hold more in the bunker. The question is, how do we get to that point? And as of right now, I don't know. It's either find a way to transport more into the bunker, or, man, we actually did put fertilizer on this field. Find a way to put more there, or we're just gonna end up buying 2 of these trailers just to save ourselves maybe an extra 5 minutes, maybe more, possibly. Because right now, like, we would have been done picking up all this stuff if it wasn't for the fact that we constantly have to stop, you know. And it would be cooler if we had a second tractor. Well, actually, no, we do. We have a Valtra. If we have the Valtra plus this one, and we had a trailer for both, we could just drive this one, harvest everything, and just have it posted up. And while that's doing its thing, we go and grab the Valtra. Yeet. We grab the Valtra, which is loaded with the trailer, and then we start using that one as well. That would be kind of interesting, would save us some time. The good part is it only has to be a forage wagon, which is good for us. Because also we went through all that effort to code in and make this forage wagon that can hold anything inside of it, essentially just to say, nah, we don't need it, because we got rid of the wheat. Now the good part is if we go back to the wheat or parsnips or any crop, we're already set because we already have it. But I do find that kind of interesting. We went through that effort of coding it in XML, which didn't really take us too long. The entire process took us about 3 minutes. The part that took us so long was actually figuring out where to go to change it and how to do it. But now that I know how to do it, it makes actually coding stuff and changing in the XML files much easier. One things that I don't know how to do is like change the pickup width, should I want to, or change the area of a drop zone or location of that nature. You know, I don't know how to change those values, or I haven't tried, let's put it that way. And I could try to figure it out. I just don't think that's a mod that I would truly care to do, because it starts going into the unrealistic category, which is not something I am trying to do, you know. So I'm not going to, or at least not right now, going to do that. Water. Delicioso. Also, the new part for my mic should be here, and I just gotta plug it in, do some test runs, and adjust some settings with it, and we should be all good to go. Should. Keyword is definitely should. I'm really interested in the next month to see just how many bales of silage we have, because I think it's gonna be a lot. Like if you just look in there and just look at the like massive amounts of rows we have. Let me switch this. Actually, no, I like running like this. So we have seeds, round bale, bale wrap, more seeds, more seeds. If you look in there, it's showing 50 bales of grass, 65. Okay, so I'm assuming 65 is the wrapped bales of silage, which is an insane number. So let's say we got about 5 more bales, 70. If you cut that in half, that's 35. That's 35 per harvest, which is an insane amount of grass. I mean silage or grass, either way, per harvest, which is good for us. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go put this trailer back, and I'm gonna actually hook this tractor up to the bale transporter, because I think next month it will be time to deliver that silage. I don't think it's actually going to be the most optimum time to deliver that silage, so I'm probably not going to. But actually, no, I'm not gonna hook this up. I'm not gonna hook it up because I doubt it will. The good part again is that silage, it's like, what would you call it? Best productivity months, like ebb and flow pretty well, I think. I'm actually gonna take Big Beefus. Oh, I can't actually, never mind. I was going to take Big Beefus, and then I realized we need Little Beef because he's gonna have to deliver food to whichever sheep need it next month. So he's gonna be the one delivering the wool as per usual. It just is the case. I think it will be time for that. But while that's happening, let's see, how many bales do we have? 69, almost 70. 69, that's a good number. Like, if we just had, like, I could go cut some edges of some grass and get it. So essentially we make, let's see, 35, 34 and a half bales. Well, actually, if you look at it, it's 34.69 bales. Well, no, because you have to cut this in half. So let's see, 70, cut that in half, that's 35, cut that partial, 34.5. Okay, so we make 34.354 bales per harvest, which is really good. It's really good for us. So we can go ahead, hop out of this and fast forward, because our sheep should be fed if I'm not mistaken. Sheep, good. Okay, go ahead, fast forward. I also need to save. Common practice. Ooh, another thing, my dad has actually started switching into turning off autosave. He heard me when I said it the first time, but he never actually did it. Now he's doing it. Also, I still have all these Lego things that I need to put together. I think I'm just gonna wait for spring break or something. I don't know. I got some games I need to finish, so when we get to that point, then maybe. Ooh, we also need to fertilize the fields. Okay, so we got a decent amount of stuff we need to do today. Let's check on food. How's everybody doing on food? Everybody still doing good? That's the joy of having 2 bales. We don't actually need to feed them, which means I could have took beefus if I wanted to. That's perfectly fine though. We'll hook this up. Now, what I do want to check, how is production? Any silage? Oh, no silage yet. That's fine. So look how much grass we have though. 1 million 1 million liters of grass. And the cool part about that number is before we started, I think we had 660,000 liters, which means we made about 370,000 liters just from that harvest, which is really good for us. Really good. And that's also not including the grass that the sheep are eating. So let me go down here. Go down here, pick up the I also hate that, again, customizing your fence size and making that fence width bigger doesn't necessarily equate to a lot more sheep, which kind of sucks in my opinion, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Because I thought with this width being so much, or this size being so much bigger than the other one, it's not really that much bigger, but hold up. Let's see. Does it tell us how many we have in each one? Beep, beep. Animal dealer. Let's go here. 71 in the OG versus 78. So we got 7 more sheep. Like, we did all that size and only got 7 more sheep. Which I guess is fair. But like, what if I had made an entire field? Actually, I'm gonna test that. I'm gonna test that in the offline save, because that could save us a lot of time if that's the case. Because and the reason I say that, and I'm thinking it's gonna be a bad idea, and I think it's gonna make more sense to buy multiple sheep barns, is because if we can just make the fencing much larger and get more sheep, that would be better for us, because all the sheep would be in one area. We just got to put food in the one area for those sheep. The reason I think there's going to be a problem is because you're still going to have the issue with more sheep, so they're going to eat food quicker, which means I'm going to need to put more food in there. But also, from what I saw when I just made that second sheep barn, we added a decent amount of extra space and only was able to fit 7 more sheep in there. So the question is, how much larger does it need to be for us to double our output? And then the question also becomes, is it going to be worth it? If we like, let's say we take the sheep fencing and we quadruple it in size, right? Will that mean we can put quadruple the amount of sheep in there? Because if that's not the case, then it's going to be more beneficial for us to buy individual sheep barns. The problem is it's going to be annoying because we're going to have to feed each one of those, but that's okay. I have like a little bit of a system that I've already been thinking about for how to deliver it, and that's the reason why at the very beginning I was talking about having a pallet fork versus a bale spike. A bale spike would work better for us, but the pallet fork, we already have it, so we might as well use it, right? We might as well use that as our little bale spike. But the plan is, whenever we do get our, you know, crap ton of sheep or whatever, I can do one of two things. I can actually, never mind, I said one of two. Well, yes, it's still one of two. I could take this trailer here. With this trailer, I could pick up bales, not a massive amount, but I could pick up bales, drive closer to the sheep barns, drop the bales on the ground, detach the trailer, and then I could just start loading, like impaling 2 bales at once, drive it over to these sheep, drop it here, impale 2 of them at once, drive them over, drop it here, impale 2 at once, drive them over, drop it here. I could do it just like that. Or I could use the bale transporter and I could scoop up all those bales, drive over there, drop them, and still do the same thing. So the question becomes, is the speed of the auto loader, is that gonna be worth it? Like, is the speed of the auto loader going to beat out the amount that the bale transporter can pick up? Because the bale transporter, I think, can take 24 bales. I think this trailer can only hold 12, which means this trailer is going to have to make 2 times as many trips. However, it has to make 2 times as many trips, but it will probably be way quicker as far as picking the stuff up. So you're saving so much more time picking the stuff up. So, you know, there's that. I don't really know. I'm actually just going to keep detaching this. I'm just going to keep this on the back of it for now. But we should be free. We need to fertilize. So we'll go ahead and choose Big Beefus. And we'll fertilize. I thought we were going to have silage this month, but it doesn't look like we will. So that's fine. Not the end of the world. Did I save? I don't think I did. So let's go ahead and save. Okay. And then we're going to go through and fertilize each field. Which again, hopefully I remember my techniques. But we should save a decent amount of time. And fertilizer. Because we've gotten pretty decent. And we also need to put fuel in this thing. Whoa. Just realized the fields are harvested. So they just been harvested. How much is this field now? It was 397. Now it is... It's still 397. Okay, we're gonna wait 1 more month. Which is also confusing. It's corn. I thought corn wasn't able to be harvested until... Yeah, it's not able to be harvested until October. So that part is confusing, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world. Let's see. Beep. Oh, wait. It's not letting me adjust the... Okay, there it is. The size of the thing. Okay, is there a way we can do this in 2 paths? Like just 1 up, 1 down? It doesn't look like so, but that's fine. We'll make it work. we'll just, the one that we do in the middle, we'll just do it thinner, so it's not as big of an issue. Okay, let me just back up, try to get this as straight as possible on the first go. Okay, and turn it on. Okay. And it is getting slightly further out than that, so that's good for us. Ready for checking on fertilization. Perfect. So we'll try to go ahead and get all of these fields. I was seriously hoping that we would just be able to straight up buy the field by now. Like, that was the plan. Like, the plan was that we would hopefully have everything up and going. We might be able to get the whole field. There's a little section down there. I can already see it. Yep, that tiny little section, but that's fine. That's an easy fix. But it's actually going to get everything in 2 passes. Oh, no, it's not going to get this front section, I don't think. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Just is what it is. I like how that has just become, like, the saying things like that. It's just become normal nowadays. Whether it be saying it is what it is, or hey, if it happens, it happens. You know, that has become just a normal thing, I think. A normal way of saying things in society now. So let's switch it down to the smallest one. Okay, it should be right around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. I see it, and got it. Okay, up to this one, and I think this one took 30 meters to be successful. I think if we're trying to do it all in 2. And I don't think this was gonna, yeah. And I don't understand why. Oh wait, I remember why. Because 42 meters is wider than the actual width of the field. Wait, is that seriously though the case? So that's one thing I'm noticing. If the field is really that wide, what's the biggest we can go up to? 42. If we can do 42 and just go down the center of the field, we might as well. That's actually really smart. So we'll just keep going so this can turn into one thing. Yeah, it just do the whole thing in one go. Like, and then we should get some over spray too. Oh, I'm still going backwards. We should get some overspray, so that should be actually good for us. But if we can get the whole field in one, actually we should have gone from the other direction. So I'm actually going to get here and stop, because I know we didn't get everything. Yeah, it's just because of the way we are angled and everything. We should have gone from this direction, but that's fine. All I gotta do, line it up. Okay, I'm just gonna let it be straight first, and then we're gonna back up. And then now that should be everything. Yep. Cool. That's actually dope. I like how we did that. So just change the width until it finds the center of the field, and then just go for it. That is really good for us. So this one's gonna be smaller than 40.8. Keep going. Keep going. Really? Okay, so this one is going to be about 37, and it's still going to have some overhang, but 37. Okay, what's the biggest we can do? 36. Okay, let's see. If we were to bump that down to 36, what would that look like? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to leave that at 30. Because we're going to have an issue. And the issue... let's reset. Set it to 36. Press OK. Alright. And so at least if we get this line, actually it does look like it still gets the whole field with 36. It's just not going to get that section over there that we couldn't get to begin with. What's up, Aditya? Ooh, you changed your picture. Long time no see. How are you? Let's see if we can get all of this in one pass. We are becoming experts at not wasting our fertilizer. Ash would be so proud of me. Come a long way from FS22. Did we do it all in one? We did it all in one. The reason those splotches are everywhere is because it counts the section that doesn't even have, like, the section that's not even on the field, it's counting that as part of the field, and I don't know why it does that, but it's neither here nor there, you know? Not a problem. Oh, jeez. Boop. That's called cow tipping. Look at this breakdancing champion, better than Australia. Sorry, that was rude. That was rude. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Ooh, also, I'm not sure if you pray or if you're religious or anything of that nature, but if you are, or even if you're not, keep glow heat in your thoughts. Don't worry, don't ask about the reason why, just do it. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna tell the dude's business, just... yeah. Okay, so 28? Jeez, how small is this field? Really? Let's go down to... okay, it's because I'm not on the field, because I feel like 20 something should have picked up. 23 is really... okay, there we go. Let's go up to 20.6. 21. 23. Okay, 23 is where it breaks. Okay. Where is it? 28. Okay, so about 28 is where we have it. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on. What we're going to do, since it's on 28, we'll leave it on 30. We'll see how 30 goes. Actually, 30 may not work. I'm going to put it on 36. It's going to be too wide down here. So I'm actually going to put it on 30. Even though we could put it on 20. Nah, I'll put it on 30. Put it on 30. So how much did you progress? So much. So much. Okay. Let me give you a little tour. Okay. So, I'm not sure when the last time you were here, but of course we still have the Macdon. That current header we have on it is for cutting grass, and then we have this guy, which its header is used for not siphoning, but sort of separating the wheat from the straw. Which the thing is, we actually just got rid of our wheat field, so we don't really need this. However, we're not going to sell this just in case we someday decide to come back to it. We also have this merger right here, this big giant red thing. Love it. Best thing in the game, in my opinion. Then we have that header again for when we are doing wheats or barley or oats or anything of that nature. But again, we don't really, so it doesn't matter. We have this trailer over here, which this trailer is a forage wagon of which we coded, well, I say we, I did. I coded it in the base game, so you know it's not a mod, it's not an individual mod pack, but I went and changed the game's dude, that's freaking cool. I changed the game's thing two ways. First way was for this forage wagon specifically. If you look, they all carry about the same stuff with the exception of this Fent, but they all carry about the same stuff. Well, the thing is, we needed a forage wagon that could pick up all this stuff, but in real life, you can also dump hay, whatever. You could dump stuff into this trailer and still use it the normal way. Like, you can't pick up stuff from the ground, but you could still use it as a normal trailer. So what I did was go into the game and I coded it to where this one is treated like a shovel. It can, now here's the problem. Because of how I coded it, because I wasn't 100% sure, it can pick up everything. The problem is that's now realistic, and that's not what I wanted it to do. So what I want it to do, it's still going to go, we're going to use it normally to pick up everything that a forage wagon can normally pick up. But should we need to transport wheat, barley, or whatever, you can still dump it into the back of this thing and use it as a normal trailer. That's what I wanted to do, and that's how we're going to play it, even though the mod, I coded it slightly wrong, but that's how we're going to use this thing. Also, the other thing I coded was the spinnery, of which you see the name for the spinnery is no longer spinnery, it's textile mill. The reason why I changed it to the name of the textile mill is because if you go in here and you look at cotton, the recipe is 9 to 3. And its cycles per month is 2,400. What it's supposed to be, well, that's correct for cotton. Wool is supposed to be a lot smaller. It's supposed to be 60 cycles per hour, so 60 times 24, let's see, 60 times 12 is 72, 72 times, let's see, that's 144. So the cycles per month for fabric for wool was supposed to be 1,440. I made it to where it's the exact same as cotton. I've also made it to where the recipe is the exact same as cotton. Wool originally is a 3 to 1, not a 9 to 3. What that means is that when it's running its cycles, it's taking in 9, spitting out 3, instead of taking in 3, spitting out 1. Even though the ratio is the same, the scaling wasn't the same. Cotton was putting out 3 times as much product as wool. I upped it. The reason I felt like this was a realistic change is because our spinnery looks like a textile mill. And my logic was a spinnery could be scaled up, right? It can be progressed upon and built, and it could take more of a capacity as you grow it and you build it and you bring in new equipment and expand it. Which, so my logic and the reason why I didn't think that base game change was unrealistic is because in real life a factory can expand, can grow, can get bigger, and that's sort of how I'm thinking ours is going to work, especially since the only bottleneck in what I'm calling our sheep empire, our only bottleneck was the spinnery. Okay, the spinnery, it takes a while to convert wool to fabric by default, but we've changed that. And so as we are able to produce more wool, I'm going to increase that, because if you look, the tailor shop, like we are not producing anywhere near enough fabric for this thing to put out a lot of clothes, as much clothes as it can put out. Because if you look at its cycles per month, it goes through like crazy. And so we're trying to get to the point where we're producing more fabric so we can output more. So what we're going to do for our sheep empire, so that way we can start producing more wool in order to produce more fabric, I currently have 2 sheep barns, this one here and that one way down there in the distance. We are going to buy this field, which is the reason why the name of the stream is Buying the Land for the Sheep Part 2, is we wanted to buy this land and we're going to turn this into nothing but sheep barns. Okay, also one cool thing that I'm going to do for one entire stream is going to be clearing this forest. I feel like this is going to be a really cool thing for us that we haven't done, and it's going to give us a little bit of a taste of how forestry works. And so, and the reason I say this specific forest is because if you go to the map and you buy field 34, we get all of this land and this. Now the problem is it's 400-something thousand, and it bothers me because I don't want to pay 400-something thousand. clearly I don't have the money for it right now, which I can just take out a loan, and I probably will, but I don't want to buy it for 400-some thousand. I'm hoping. The thing was, originally it was like 392. They put crops on it and it went up to 397. I'm wondering if when they plow the field and it's like completely fresh, completely new, I'm wondering once that resets if it will be cheaper. And so if it's cheaper, I can buy it cheaper. I feel like I'm getting a deal, right? I don't want to buy it at its highest if I'm not going to even use it, especially since the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of any crop that's on that field and start putting up sheep barns. So let me drive this thing. I like this vehicle. We're gonna have to put like banners on it or something, but this is just gonna be the welcome vehicle. Someone needs to like take a tour of the farm, that is what this thing is for, and I like it. Also, I'm realizing this really is, if you look, I've never really looked at the handle. This is really just a stinking moped. I never really realized it. That's the reason why it sounds like it's a moped. It really is just a moped. But yeah, we've progressed a lot. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we also got this giant big baler set up, which is good for us. We can just dump product in the back of this thing, and it makes our bales for us. So it's really good. I even have a little sign, because about right here is where the stores. Also, look how many bales we have. Like if you check our thing in the bottom right, like we have currently 69, funny number, 69 bales of silage that's wrapped, or grass that is wrapped, 50 bales of normal grass, which is what we plan to feed our massive sheep empire should we get that up and running. But yeah, let's see, did I do everything this month? I think I did everything. No, we're still fertilizing. That's what we were doing. Did I fertilize this field? I don't think I did. No, I didn't. But yeah, so that's the plan. It's a lot, but I like it. Go vehicle, go. I'm gonna try to keep this in the middle so we don't have any waste, but that is the trickiest part. Now we do have a lot of waste on that right side. Oh. We might be able to get this all in one. We might be able to get this all in one. We might be, dag nabbit. We missed some. Oh, we missed two. Dag nabbit. And I just pressed the wrong button. Everything went wrong. Progress. Yes. So much progress. And I'm very happy. I'm very happy. And I'm hoping by the time we finish, I feel like we're going to be one of the only streamers that have like a sheep empire, because I don't think many people actually go for fabric and go for clothes to make money. But once I figured out like having one sheep barn produced us so many clothes, I learned from that day forth, if you can adjust the spinnery output, clothes and sheep, best thing in the game. You just have to update that spinnery output. That's the only problem. I'm just gonna freehand this one just for the sake of time, but I'm genuinely glad about the progress. Now, another thing, we plan to step into forestry, which is the reason why I said us dealing with clearing that forest was going to be us sort of dipping our toes into forestry. Because I am not good at forestry. I've never really truly done it, and so I want to start trying to do it. So us clearing that is going to be the initial step, and then from there we will decide whether or not we are going to do poplar or do actual full-blown trees, but I'm not sure. Blowweed earlier said that he doesn't mind the idea of us actually doing trees, because the time it would take for us to grow the trees would be a lot, would not be a lot, but be a good amount of downtime in between streams. And when the trees actually become ready to grow, that would be like an entire stream of itself, which would be kind of cool, where we're just dedicated just purely to just harvesting trees in a stream. But then on the other end, a large part of me wants to just do, oh, you gotta go, bye man, see you later. the other part of me wants to do poplar just because I know poplar can regrow itself. So that means I don't have to pay for planting or anything of that nature, which saves us time. Plus poplar being much smaller, you know, dealing with that would be, you know, a little bit easier and things of that nature. So let me go ahead and park Big Beefus over here. We're going to do that. Hop out of this. Go in here. We're going to fast forward. And then we're probably going to save. Hopefully the field is cheaper and we can just go ahead and straight up buy the field. If not, we'll take out a loan and buy the field. But I do want to get started cutting out, especially since we got a lot more money. That's good for us. Okay, save. How are we looking on this field price? How are we looking? How are we looking? Still 397. Okay, well that sucks. The good thing is we have a plow, but also at the same time we don't need to plow the field because we're just going to turn it into grass, so it's really not, I guess, that big of an issue. The problem is the extra money we're going to have to pay for, but you know, neither here nor there. It's not the end of the world or anything in that nature. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and take out a loan and buy that field. We also might go ahead and buy a chainsaw. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea as well. So I'm going to borrow. This is probably one of the smallest loans we've ever had to do, I think. So yeah, I'm going to borrow that. We're going to go ahead and go over here and buy this land. Buy it, which is good for us. We'll have to like redo all of it. Actually, we can go ahead and do that this turn. We got time. We're on here. Let's go here. We might need more money than I think we have. But we can go here. And the sculpting of the field is also going to be something else that's going to be a bit irritating. But we need to turn all of this into just regular old grass. And then on top of that, we're probably have to level this section a little bit, make it a little bit smoother with this bottom portion. But I think we can just go ahead and just do something like that. Oh yeah, we're definitely not gonna have enough money for this. Ooh, we want to make sure we don't get the road here. Yeah, we almost got the road. Okay. Did we get? Yeah. Okay. Get this section here. This is where our sheep are gonna go. Okay. Okay, not enough money. We'll just go ahead and take out more of a loan. Not sure how much we're gonna need. We negative $33. I've never seen us go into the negatives before, which I think is kind of funny. I think. Also, we might need a fertilizer storage unit again, if we're gonna be double fertilizing everything as much as we are doing. So that might be something we look into. Okay. The entire field is turned into grass. We might go ahead and level it right now, but while I'm here, let me look into silos. We need, I don't think it's silos, extensions. And it should be one for there should be one for fertilizer. I thought. I might be mistaken. Container. Okay. This one. Different products. Okay. Maybe it's not. This one. Okay. this one for 23,000. Oh, we can buy this one sort of outright. The question is, where would we put it? Probably somewhere right here. Like maybe right about that's gonna be an ugly spot just because of where it is, but we could put it over here somewhere, so that way whenever we need to refill, we can, you know, just drive whatever machine we're looking to refill, just, you know, drive and refill it, you know. So I'm right about there. Cool. Is it necessary? No, but considering how much fertilizer we have and the constant needing for us to buy it, might as well, you know. And right now we have the money, you know, we're not broke anymore. Now here's gonna come the issue, the hardest part about this: leveling. Because if you look at our sheep, which I'll need to test this on my own, but sheep, like, let's see if we can zoom in here. If you look at it, I don't think this stuff is going to be extremely level, but we also need to think about our setup. So I'm going to prioritize feeding them quickly, meaning I'm going to prioritize trying to have them in rows. Like, also, if you look at that, it's just not level. I'm going to prioritize it to where the food is. So we're going to have like this section facing this way, and then the next section is probably going to be facing, or actually we could do it like this. Yeah, I think this might be a little bit, actually no, we'll turn it this way. This way might be a little bit easier. And the reason I'm thinking this way is so that let's pretend we were down here. You would have this section facing this way, and if in doing so, when we do need to auto load, we can just drive straight this way from right to left and pick them up. And then the other one that's going to be placed in front of it is going to be like right here, or depending on how much space we have, but right here. And in doing so, we can feed them pretty easily just by doing 1 2 1 2. You know, we don't have to go super far. The problem is going to be picking up all the bills at the same time, but that will be fine because it's an autoloader. We can just, I don't know. A part of me wants to just have them set up like this, because at least if we do this way, I guess we could just go down the rows this way and pick them up, and then all the bales will be right to left. Actually, I think this way would be a little bit easier, yeah. Because if we do it this way and don't worry about them facing each other, or it doesn't really matter which way we're going, but we shouldn't have like one facing this way and then turn the other this way. That is what we shouldn't do. But if we are going to prioritize feeding them quickly and making sure that we are able to feed them quickly, we need to have, let's say, one facing this direction. The other needs to be a little bit next to it, but a little bit spaced out, facing the same direction. So that way, if we need to feed them, we can still go right to left. And then if we need to get the wool, because they'll be in rows this way, we can still grab them that way. But of course, we're still gonna have to like level this field and everything of that nature, but we're gonna wait till we have some money for that. And hopefully we'll have some money to pay back our debts and everything after silage and things of that nature. But currently right now we do not have the money for that, and I think we need to feed, yeah, we need to feed our sheep. So, and we need to deliver the wool, so that's something we're gonna have to deal with. But for the most part, we're doing good. We're doing good. And we'll finally get to step our toes into the field of forestry in a little bit, of which we'll figure out which equipment we need. And since it's there, we don't need to like rush to deal with it. And actually, I might go ahead and just buy the there's a hand tool we need, chainsaw, yeah. Where's Husqvarna? That's the one I'm used to, just because they also make motorcycles. But yeah, we'll go ahead and buy that just so we can have it. I don't know actually how to, let's see. I don't know how to toggle on my hand tool. Let's see. It says 3, but I don't remember which button that was. This one? Nope. 1, 2, 3. 1? Nope, that's 1. That's 2. Where's 3? No, this 3 is right here. It's not working. Oh wait, or is it? Nope, 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 nope. I don't remember how to turn it on. So it's based off a regular key, and that's the problem. I don't have the key for that, of which I can just go ahead and set that up to a control thing. Let's see. Player interactive and rotating. Yeah, I'll leave rotating with the mouse. Oh wait, I remember. There it is. What the heck was that? Hold up. Oh, so whenever you're using this, our player outline is different. That's interesting. That's interesting. Cool, but we are set. Let's go ahead and get out of here. We bought everything we need, so we're gonna be getting rid of debt. We're just gonna be building up money and just getting ready for forestry. I think that's gonna be the name of the next stream. Getting ready for forestry. That's good. We got a lot done, and we're starting a new chapter too, like multiple new chapters. 1, hopefully the amount of silage money we get will be a lot, which will be good. 2, the amount of hay we're making should be good. And hopefully we start making a lot more money from all the sheep and things that, you know, we'll get going, which is going to cost a pretty penny. We're going to need about 990,000, assuming that we can fit the amount that we need. Also, we still need to level the field and make sure everything is nice and flat, which is going to cause a little bit of issues. But yeah, and I think a part of me wants to allow it to slope a little bit, but that's something I'm gonna have to check in the test save, which I'm actually probably gonna do right now. But anywho, with that note, if you like the video, please leave a like. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. If you want to leave a comment, please leave a comment. If you want to join us over on Discord, please feel free to do so. I highly encourage it before it starts actually getting locked behind the paywall. Right now, anybody can get access to it, but once the paywall goes up, anybody is still going to have access to it, but anybody after I officially employ that hard stop, it becomes a limited access. So you'll still get in it, you'll still be able to chat with everybody, you just won't have full-blown access like everyone who currently has right now. So I would highly consider doing that. What else? Oh, if you want to follow me on other social media such as TikTok or Twitter, please feel free to do so. And shout out to my members, especially my Dodger captain. Thank you, Fallout Boy. But outside of that, I'm going to say peace and good night.